Understanding the threshold and its relation to the surface.
About this video article. This article is being turned into a video article in 2023 and will be included in the 2015 flashback video article playlist for posterity. While the article could be completely rewritten to better communicate some of the points within, it is being created and included the way it was written, with some minor edits, primarily to preserve it, and to convey the thought process I was going through at the time it was written, and obviously, I had not come to the conclusions and realizations that I have now come to.
Understanding the threshold and its relation to the surface. December 10, 2015. The threshold, starting with the celestial object about the size of Mercury, iron is able to compress and crystallize into the crystallized iron core. As the entity gets larger, like in the case of Jupiter, the threshold is able to be at or even above the surface of the crystallized core. As the object get either bigger or faster, or is removed from the protection of its host star, should it be a planet or moon, the celestial object can actually see its threshold rise above the surface, and not just above the surface, but the potential to rise way above the surface. Think of Jupiter as a planet with its threshold exactly at or just above the surface, all matter on or near the surface of the core, and all the decay matter from the surface itself will be energized and heated by the threshold, and as time elapses and the threshold continues to heat the material and in doing so actually increases the decay rate of any surrounding matter, all this matter will decay into the lightest of elements and will be contained within the magnetic and gravitational fields. Now, as the Jupiter-sized object gets bigger or brighter and turns into a star, as the size of the star increases, so does the height of the threshold off the surface of the core. So, with Earth the threshold is under the physical surface, with Jupiter, the threshold is near or on the surface, and with the Sun the threshold is above the surface. Just imagine how far away the threshold of a neutron star is. This is also why Venus is too hot for life as we know it at the moment. I will not even look this up. I am predicting Venus has a stronger magnetic field than Earth. Though Venus is smaller in physical size than Earth, there is a high probability that the crystallized iron core is actually larger. And this would cause effects that are what we are actually seeing on Venus. Because of the larger crystal iron core, the threshold is a lot closer to the actual surface of Venus, and because of this the heat generated is radiant within the atmosphere. Also, because of the larger core, there is probably more gravity, or the actual Earth/dirt between the core and surface is less, so even though the surface area of Earth is greater, Earth's core may actually be smaller. This also all ties into my insistence on the English word environment. My definition for the word environment is, the state iron is in. All celestial objects' behavior and thresholds are directly tied to the environment they are in. So, if Venus was not in the influence of the Sun, and was moving 100% faster through space than the Sun, Venus very well could be a star. Everything is affected by the environment of the host celestial object, so if we start with the very void itself as zero environment, the host will be the center of mass of the celestial structure, whether this is a star, cluster, or black hole. One thing of note, the black hole's threshold is its event horizon. Orion Michael Guy. Retraction, the example of Venus may not be an exact representation of the current condition of Venus, but the idea and concepts are what I believe to be true are laid out as I have stated.